Okay, so let's talk perspective really quick. A month from now, when you look back at today, you are going to have two opinions. I did exactly what I said I was going to do, or I did not meet the expectations that I set for myself. The problem with the second option is it will take a piece of your confidence, because we don't have to know, but you know. And that is the problem. Once we know something and once we set a standard for ourselves and we don't live up to it, it always takes a chip at our self-confidence. So why am I saying this? If you told yourself yesterday you were going to get up and do something today, do it. There is no reason not to do it. You're going to feel better about it. The only way you can feel progressive is from work. I promise you, nothing else is going to make you feel progressive, and nothing else is more important than you hitting your target. Don't get weak on the weekend.
The lonely chapter is the entry fee that you have to pay to get to the next level of your life. There is no way around it. If you want to get to the next level, you are going to have to say goodbye, say no, say I deserve better, say this is not in alignment with me anymore. And that means you might have to be alone for a little bit. It doesn't mean you're lonely. It just means that you have to have some separation in your life. You might have to have a season of loneliness to create space for newness. That doesn't mean that you made the wrong decision or that you're not doing the things that are moving you forward. This is a part of the process, okay? It is the entry fee.
The toughest battle you're going to have is between the vision you see in your head and the shit that you see around you. And for a while, both of those shits are not going to add up and you are going to think you're going fucking crazy. This is the place where most people are going to quit, when they are in the middle. You're not where you was, but you're also not where you want to be. And you might not even have proof that where you want to be is even possible. You're literally just moving off faith and your vision, that's it. You don't have no proof. And we live in a world where everything is based in what you can see right now. Not what you're thinking about and not what you're dreaming about. But you still have that feeling deep in your soul that you're destined to be somewhere else. And that's the feeling that you gotta lock in with, because it would not be there for no reason. Everybody don't have that feeling. So if you're on a mission and you're currently in that middle ground, just lock in with your vision and keep going. Every day you gotta wake up and tell yourself, I cannot lose if I do not quit.
If you want something that you never had, you have to do something that you never done.
I promise you one thing. If you put your mind to it, and you work hard, and you never give up, and most importantly, you don't listen to rejection, you can achieve anything in life that you want and plan for, which will culminate in you achieving your dreams, everything you've dreamt of. Your plan will work, so make it happen. Shock everyone. Shock yourself. Your seemingly impossible mission is personal. Do you know something? It's only impossible for others because they can't see what you can see. You're changing, you're growing, you're maturing in every way imaginable. Now, it takes a lot to change what you're doing, but you owe it to yourself to become everything you've dreamed of. Trust the magic of changing the person you are, of new beginnings. Do you know something? Things will work out for you. You're going to have everything in your life that you dream of. There's just one thing. Start now.
The quote that altered my brain chemistry was, "You will be free when you realize the cage is made of thoughts." Every limitation, every cage is happening inside of your own mind.
Someone who is 80% disciplined 100% of the time will get greater results than someone trying to chase 100% discipline for only 50% of the time. Why? Because what matters is what we do often, not what we could do sometimes. Consistently good will forever beat part-time perfect.
Listen, getting up and going to work is hard, but being broke is hard. Going to the gym is hard, but being out of shape, not feeling comfortable in your body is hard. Budgeting is hard, but living paycheck to paycheck is hard. Being disciplined is hard, but living with regret is hard. Healing is hard, but being stuck is hard. Putting that phone down is hard, but being overstimulated and restless is also hard. Now, setting boundaries is hard, but being walked all over, that's hard. Being alone, ooh, I know it sucks. It's so hard, but being with the wrong person, that's a tough job. That is hard. Cutting off the distractions is hard, but delaying your future is also hard. Choosing yourself is hard, but abandoning your potential, that's way too hard. Choose your hard. There is always a price to pay. You pay now or you pay later.
I'm 54, so I'm not afraid to hurt your feelings. But let me be honest with you. Motivation is not coming. Not in the way you think. You keep wanting to feel like it, but when you're stuck, feelings are not going to help you. They'll convince you to stay still, to keep scrolling, to stay tired. What you need isn't motivation. You need motion. Change starts with movement, not perfection, not a new planner, not an entire reset, just movement. One drawer cleaned out, one walk, one phone call, one small habit, one thing to prove to yourself, I'm not finished, I'm still in here. Because motion creates momentum, and momentum rebuilds belief. You don't need to want to do it, you just need to move. So go. Even if you're exhausted, even if you're unsure, turn the music on, brush your teeth, stand outside, touch grass, get in motion. Hope that helps.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but you need to start behaving as if you believe that whatever God promised you, it's already happening. You need to behave as if God has already changed your career. You need to behave as if God has already changed your relationships. You need to behave as if God has already elevated your finances, took your business is already taking off. Your business is already skyrocketing to the moon. What would you have been doing today? What activities would you have been doing today? What would your schedule look like today? Right? If God is already going to do it next week, if you are believing in God to do it next week, next month, what would your schedule look like today? How are you going to behave if you believe that God is going to do it for you? I need you to behave that way. A lot of us say we're believing in God for all of this, but we wake up every day believing what we see physically. Believing what we see. We see our finances are not where we want to be, so we move like it's nothing. We're believing in what we see. We see our careers not going nowhere. We've been trying for months and nothing's changing, so we believe like nothing's going to happen in the next 2 years. I need you to move. I need you to behave as if you believe that what God is going to do for you, it's going to happen.
If you're such an overthinker, why don't you overthink a single positive thought? Why don't you overthink some optimism into your doom and gloom? Why don't you overthink your way into a nice walk on a nice day and get some lemonade?
I also want to say this. Do not put yourself in an unnecessary slump. Like, this is gonna sound really messed up. And when I say I know it's gonna sound messed up, I still want you to hear me out. There's a reason why people look at you sometimes and let what you say go in one ear and out the other. And it's not because your feelings don't matter. It's not because, what you're going through isn't worth a hill of beans. That's not why. It's because it's possible to get over. And they're at a point where they got over it, or they've been through what you've been through, and they're right where they are, successful, doing their thing and living life, right? Do not put yourself in a pit of sadness because it is temporary. So when something is temporary, just go ahead and get it out your head right then and there. It's hard, but it's a process, right? So when I say get it out your head right then and there, okay, it means switching up your brain, right? Oh, I'm gonna stay in bed. Nope. Oh, I guess I'll just do the TikTok later. Nope. Oh, I got errands to run, but I'm gonna take my time. Nope. That's what it means. Get it out your head. Start acting like you're not sad, right? You have to wait until your mind is in alignment with everything, okay? And it's not just going to get there by you laying in bed, you being sad, you beating yourself up, you checking that page, you thinking about everything that's wrong with your life, you looking at your account, comparing it to somebody else's. Like, you're not going to make it easier for yourself. You're making it worse for yourself. So tell your brain no. Get out of that funk. And I'm telling you, live your life. It is hard and it is a process, but you got to take it one step at a time. Literally, one step at a time. And I promise you, you are going to get better. Okay? Don't put yourself in an unnecessary slump. Do not force yourself to be sad. Even when you want to be sad, but you really don't want to be sad, don't be sad because you want to be sad. Peace, love, and applesauce.
I follow this influencer. She's got 73,000 followers, and she posted on her story this morning her new house she just bought, and it is like my dream home. It took my breath away. And immediately after posting this house, she posts that she was able to acquire this home because the past couple months she has been generating money from making videos through TikTok and Instagram. But here's the important part. This is what everyone should take away from this. And by the way, we live here in Miami, so buying a house here is quite difficult. There is no one, and I feel like the person that's going to see this video, and I ask God to please make this video be seen by whoever needs to see it, because there are times I wish I had the ability to talk to people one-on-one. There is nothing in this world that will stop you from having the life you want besides you. Even if people don't understand your view or your vision, they don't need to. I promise you that. We are so talented and we are so unique in our own ways. And a lot of this world, unfortunately, is using video scripts that AI is making, and they are recreating the videos that the last influencers made. And what's so special and unique about being yourself online is you become more valued by your audience, and that makes you an influencer. We've messed up and confused what the word being an influencer means. It does not mean having a high following and a pretty page. An influencer is someone who has influence over their audience, which means if I have 5,000 followers, but I can make 4,000 of them purchase the link that I just posted, I am an influencer because I have the ability to influence others. Brands will pay a lot of money to people who are okay with being themselves online, because too much of this world is focused on being something they're not on social media. And if you are taking videos and storing them in your phone, somebody needs to hear this, I know that. If you are taking videos and you are storing them in your phone and you keep saying, I'm gonna post my blog video, I'm gonna post my day in the life of video, I'm gonna post myself working out, I'm gonna, it will never do anything for you. Being perfect will always leave you with a blank canvas. Post it, get it out. You will be better little by little, I promise you, but just put the content and trust the process. I have a friend of mine who is making $7,000 a month just with TikTok. You can be anything you want in this world, and I cannot emphasize that more. A podcast, a clothing designer, I have a jewelry brand, I have a consulting company, I just bought a hair salon. You can be anything in this world. You can do anything in this world. Be careful who's in your close circle, who's in your friend group. This nail is so cute, by the way. Be careful who's in your friend group, who's close to you in your circle. Get rid of all the people who are low-key, just not supportive and just don't want to ever push you, or they talk bad behind your back. Just the peace that comes with your life of not being scared, of not being worried. It brings you the type of peace and the type of abundance and the type of luck and the type of energy that will be just like that girl who bought her house with 70,000 followers, 73,000, which is considered little, right? Like I said, be anything you want to be and stop holding yourself back. And please, 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 for the love of God, get out of your own way. Love you guys.
When you go to post something on social media and you feel afraid, who comes to mind? Who are you thinking of? Think about that person right now, that girl from school, your mum, your sister, that colleague who you know chats shit about you, whoever it is. They own you. They own you and your self-expression. They own you because you shrink yourself based on your idea of what they might say about you. And they do own you because your self-expression creates your life experience. They hold the reins on your self-expression. And you can grab them back. And you can post that shit anyway. You can wear that outfit. You can take that trip. You can romanticize your life and not give a shit if anyone thinks that you're living in fucking La La Land in your head. Do the things that make you happy and your life belongs to you. Do the things that make you happy and your life belongs to you. Don't give a shit about what they think. And I want to really motivate you by reminding you that they own you. They own you. That girl from school that you don't even see anymore. It's been like 20 years since you saw her. 6 years since you saw her. She owns you. She's not even in your life, but she lives in here amongst a council of judgmental dickheads that live in your head. Ignore them. View them as a council, a physical council, and just ignore them. Literally, ignore them. Your life is the fruit of your focus. Don't focus on them. Focus on you. Focus on joy. Post on Instagram today or tomorrow to free yourself. Share that shit. I love you.
People talk about you behind your back. When you leave a room, they comment how it feels less full and that they wish that you had stayed just a little bit longer. They text each other before making plans, asking if you're going to be there, because if you're not, then they don't want to go. They notice how you make strangers smile and how bees and butterflies land on you and how dogs and cats come up to you. They talk about how creative you are, how smart you are, how funny you are, how compassionate and understanding and considerate you are, how you always think about other people, and how your presence makes them feel so comforted. They talk about how it's people like you that give them hope for the future. They talk about how so many great things are happening in your life and how they're so excited for you and how deserving you are of it. You have champions in your corner. You have people that talk about you, but it's all good things. People are excited for you. People love you. And they come together to celebrate you, whether you're there or not. People are talking about you behind your back, but they have nothing but great things to say.
I'm not going to hold your hand when I say this. Stop blaming your lack of success on consistency. Consistently scrolling that phone, you consistently snooze that alarm, you consistently put off going to the gym every day, you consistently lay in that bed. You know what consistency is, you're just pouring it into the wrong things. Why can't you consistently pour into yourself, consistently invest in yourself? Do you even really want it? Because if you did, you'd get up and do it. There are 3 different types of people in the world. The first are the dreamers. They talk a big game, but that's all it is. Talk. They want the success, the glow up, the transformation, but when it comes to putting in effort, they fold. They convince themselves they need motivation to move forward when really all they need is discipline. They watch other people win and wonder why it's not them, but they never actually change. The second kind are the doers. They get up, they try, they fail, they adjust, they show up even when they don't feel like it because they understand that repetition creates results. They know success isn't about waiting for the perfect time or the right mood because those things don't exist. They make moves despite the discomfort of it. And the last are the delusional winners. These are the ones who decide they're going to win no matter what. Even when it looks impossible, even when they're exhausted, even when people doubt them, they don't hope things will work out. They move like it's already done. They don't need proof, they create it. And because of that mindset, they are literally always unstoppable. So which one are you? Are you the person who waits for life to happen to them, or are you the person who takes control? Because the truth is, you don't need another pep talk. You don't need another Sunday reset. You don't need a perfect morning routine or signs from the universe. You just need to decide. Success isn't about luck. It's not about talent. It's about where you choose to put your energy every single day. So stop saying that you're not consistent because you are. You're just putting it in the wrong direction.
If you believe that you're meant to live a larger life, you will. Every single person I met that achieved an extraordinary level of success, they all had one thing in common. They knew they were different. They knew they weren't average. They knew they didn't belong where they were. They knew that they had to take a certain path to elevate themselves just to reach that next level. And you would think that this is a common thing amongst everybody, but it's not. Most people don't even think like that. And if you don't believe me, try telling someone your dreams and just watch their reaction. Most of them won't even say, oh, that's great for you. 9 times out of 10, they will say, that's not even possible. And why? Because they don't believe in breaking the norm. They never seen dreams come true for themselves, and not even for the people around them. So they can't even imagine it for you. People settle because of this, and not because they want to, but because it's all they ever known. Their belief in what's possible is limited to what they've been exposed to. And that is not the truth. I can remember telling someone about my goals of how I want to be a real estate developer. And they looked me dead in my eye and said, that's going to be a hard industry for you to break into, especially being a black man. I literally just smiled and said, thank you for reminding me that I'm black, like as if I didn't already know that. But more importantly, as if that was going to stop me from trying to achieve my goals. Like, imagine if Barack Obama said, I don't think I can become a president. It's too hard for a black man to get into the office. We wouldn't even be talking about him today. So if any one of you think your dreams is too crazy, wild, nearly impossible, trust me, you're gonna get it.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but love, you don't need to get into a full crazy mode of locking in just to get rich. Like, you don't need to wake up at 4 a.m., take a cold shower, eat a steak for breakfast, make eggs, eat all these fruits on a wooden, plate. You don't need to do that to get rich. Like, you literally just need to lock in. And locking in does not consist of being like with this sinister schedule or like you have to read books and do this all. You don't need to do any of that. What you need to do is you need to get really fucking good at something and just like master it. Low key, like sometimes all you need to do is just post on TikTok. And I made $4 million with my clothing brand. I didn't do all those crazy things. I just got really good at my marketing skills.